Hello, everybody, and welcome in for another installment of Sacred Heart Basketball. We apologize for the delay. JV running late here on the campus of Clifton-Clyde, but both teams are on the floor, and we are just about ready to get this doubleheader underway between the Sacred Heart Knights, who come in at 1-0, and Clifton-Clyde, who holds the same record, also at 1-0. Let's take a quick look at the starters on the floor. For Clifton-Clyde, it will be Kadri Coleman, Sethi Wirtz, Eden Close, Callan Baker, and Paige Joy. Meanwhile, for Salina Sacred Heart, it's Addie Lee, Skylar Douglas, Nicole Richards, Eden Sharpton, and Kaylee Webb. Opening tip is won here by the Clifton-Clyde Eagles. I'm Tyler Henry, filling in tonight for Noah Helget. As the first shot is a miss, the Eagles wrench it away. They are able to get it back, though, and a chance to stop and reset here on the offensive end of the floor. Another take, no good, an offensive rebound, and the Eagles reset again. Clifton-Clyde tonight comes out in their all-white jerseys, red numerals trimmed in black. Meanwhile, for Sacred Heart, it's the navy blue jerseys, white numerals trimmed in champagne gold. A lot of contact here, no whistle, at least not for a foul, and they will say it's Clifton-Clyde basketball. Of course, up here at the combination of Clifton and Clyde, we are about an hour north of Salina. Good Sacred Heart crowd has made its way out for some early season basketball, and the first foul of this game looks like that'll be collected here by Emmy Lee. That is the first foul of the game on Lee, and it will give a chance here for the Knights to try and get another stop. Still scoreless through the first minute or so of this game. Sacred Heart high prospects this season and hoping to continue building off the success of the program that they've had under head coach Carl Hines. Hines assisted by Tate Richards and Jeff Platt. Clifton-Clyde off to a great start. Already mentioned the win for them, as this rebound is taken away, and the Knights will have a chance to get on the board first. Sacred Heart won their first game of the season, as we've got a quick whistle and another foul. This will be called against Paige Joy. But for the Lady Knights, it was a 63-28 shellacking of St. John's Beloit. Meanwhile, Clifton-Clyde picked up a 47-34 win against Republic County. That game on the road, so this is the home opener for the Lady Eagles. Bank shot, first bucket of the night, belongs to Addie Lee. And a good start here for Sacred Heart as they are on the board first and settling right into their full court press. Eagles will break it relatively easily. Sethi Wirtz tries to take it all the way. And instead, Sacred Heart will bring the ball back down the floor. A turnover here against the Eagles. Pull up from mid-range, short. Skylar Douglas cannot connect. So far, both turnovers of this game belong to the Lady Eagles of Clifton-Clyde. Trying to work outside in, poked away, make it 3 turnovers. Boy, Sacred Heart causing problems here for Clifton-Clyde early on in this game. They will take a deep three-pointer. That's off the mark, left short by Addie Lee. 5:59 left to go here in the opening quarter. Been a slow offensive start for both teams, still trying to shake off some off-season rust. And this rebound off the miss underneath is poked away and taken here by Skylar Douglas. Douglas speeding down the floor. She will be fouled. Call the foul on Callan Baker. And that will be a shooting foul. It will send Douglas to the line for a pair. First free throw attempts of the game, and they come here by virtue of a shooting foul. Douglas's first free throw is off the mark. Both teams have looked good defensively through the early goings of this one, as Douglas will get the second free throw, and that will stretch the lead out to 3-0. Right back to the full court press. Sacred Heart wasting no time trying to cause disruptions. It's a 3-0 lead. This ball poked away. We've got a foul. This one goes against the Lady Knights. Sacred Heart's bench not happy about it. And they are going to get that one against Skylar Douglas. That'll go down as her first personal. Coach Hines wants to have a word with the referee who made the call. Lady Knights back on defense, trying to prevent the first score potentially. Ball comes underneath. Another miss for Clifton-Clyde. They do get it back, but we're going to have another foul on the floor. Right now, you look at the foul count, it's 3-2. And that one goes against Nicole Richards. It is also her first. Nobody in real foul trouble yet. Both teams just trying to feel each other out. Offense does not always come easy this time of year. Remember, for both of these teams, you're talking about squads that are just getting into the rhythm and the routine of a basketball season. Another miss underneath, but another push foul. They'll call this one a shooting foul. And they're going to get that one on Callan Baker. And Baker very quickly has picked up 2. So she'll have to be careful. Free throw, misses off back iron. But another free throw coming here for Nicole Richards. And she will sink it. 2 1-for-2 trips at the free throw line. And some subs made on both sides. Ellie Wirtz has checked into the game here for Clifton-Clyde. Sacred Heart still trying to settle in on the offensive end, but defensively they have looked excellent. Here's a dump off, a tough fadeaway, nothing doing there, and another rebound. This time for Eden Sharpton. Cross-court pass comes out on the wing. Now they try to dump it down low. Mid-range from the free throw line falls for Skylar Douglas. And a timeout is called. It's a timeout on the floor. We will take it with them. Sacred Heart out to a 6-0 lead. This is the Salina Post Sports Network here on the Salina Post.
Opening our doors in 1999, Salina Surgical Hospital is now 20 years strong. From inpatient stays to outpatient procedures, Salina Surgical Hospital specializes in excellence in surgical services and digestive health care. It is the depth of experience and the abilities of the physicians and nurses at Salina Surgical Hospital that make it the ideal place for high-tech and high-touch to unite. Salina Surgical Hospital is proud to be partially physician-owned, serving Salina and its surrounding communities for 20 years.
Back here on the campus of Clifton-Clyde, want to say a special thank you to Salina Surgical Hospital for all that they do to help us bring you coverage of these games. Right now, it's Sacred Heart holding a 6-0 lead. Clifton-Clyde called a timeout. They wanted to talk it over. A much closer win in the season opener for Clifton-Clyde against Republic County, but punching up to a bigger school and a program that has certainly been on the rise over the last few years. Here it's another whistle. It's another foul on the floor. And they will call that the first foul on Addie Lee. Both teams have gotten looks. The only makes, though, have come from the Lady Knights, who are trying to get themselves out to a 2-0 start this season. A lot of fouls here early, and now another steal. That is the 4th early turnover against the Eagles. Speeding down the floor, off the window and in. A great bucket there for Eden Sharpton, who becomes the 4th different Sacred Heart player to score. Addie Lee, Skylar Douglas, Nicole Richards, and Eden Sharpton, each with a bucket, and now make it 5 turnovers. Another steal. This time it's taken away by Emmy Lee. Sacred Heart settling into the half court. Now they dump it down low. That's Sharpton, and Sharpton is fouled. Clifton-Clyde commits it. We'll see who they call it on. Already some early foul trouble. And it's Ellie Wirtz who picks up her first. That'll lead to a baseline inbound. Also, 4 fouls aside already, so going to be some bonus free throws, or rather regular free throws here at the high school level. Getting shot here early on. Knights in no hurry. Nor should they be. Here's a good on-the-run shot, no good, but the rebound comes back to Skylar Douglas. Her putback is also no good. And the Lady Eagles have the ball back, still in search of their first points of this game. Sacred Heart's defense swarming right now, jumping the passing lanes, not giving an inch. And to my knowledge, I don't think we have seen a single three-point attempt in this game for the Lady Eagles. They are trying to work to the inside. They'll be rewarded with some free throws here, as heading to the free throw line is Sevy Wirtz. Wirtz with a chance to put her Lady Eagles on the board for what would be the first time in this game. And she will do just that. Gets the first of 2 free throws. Regardless of whether the fouls are on the floor or in the act of shooting, it will be 2 free throws on all fouls for the remainder of the first quarter. Second free throw for Wirtz. She gets them both. And all of a sudden, it's an 8-2 game. Sacred Heart goes quick, and why not? Skylar Douglas with her second make of the night, 10-2, the new lead for the Lady Knights. Sacred Heart back on the defensive, trying to work in transition. That's a good basket for Phoenix Armstrong. Sacred Heart caught napping a little bit. Back to a 6-point game. Left wing 3. Guess who? It's Skylar Douglas again. Boy, Douglas on fire to start the game. Sacred Heart trying to get back again defensively. This ball knocked away. Here's the first 3-point attempt for the Lady Eagles, and the bank is open from the corner. My goodness, you don't see that every day. Phoenix Armstrong has both made field goals, but there's an answer. Addie Lee knocks down a triple. And we go from no offense to a whole lot of it. 2:02 left to go. We'll take another break. We're back with the rest of the first quarter. Sacred Heart leads 16-7 here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Back to basketball action here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network. And want to take a moment and thank Kansas Bankers Technologies. You are watching this game courtesy of Kansas Bankers Technologies, your trusted partner in bank-focused IT strategy and compliance. Yeah, that's something you don't see every day. Talk about early season rust. There was nobody there to inbound the ball for Clifton-Clyde, so the referee set the ball on the ground and started to count to 5. It almost cost them another turnover. Here's an air ball miss, and the Knights are there to corral it. Sacred Heart offensively has been putting on a show after the slow start. They're starting to knock them down from the outside as well. A few new faces have checked in here for the Lady Knights. Dump it off down low, almost. But nothing doing that time for Eden Sharpton. 1:31 left to play here in the first quarter. Lady Eagles back on the basketball here from the right wing. They get it down low, and a foul is called. That will go against Sharpton. Playing about as straight up as she could, but definitely did make contact. That's going to send Ellie Wirtz to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And do we have a full timeout here? Looks like we may. Okay. So, full timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:21 to go. Free throws coming up when we return here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything. Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Free throws coming up here out of the break for Ellie Wirtz. After the foul by Eden Sharpton, for Sharpton goes down, I believe, as her second. First free throw, no good for Wirtz. Her sister, Sevi Wirtz, went 2 for 2. The only other trip to the stripe tonight for the Lady Eagles. Second free throw also no good, an insult to injury. There is a foul on the rebound, and we are going the other way for more free throws. They will call that on Paige Joy. That's her second. And if I'm not mistaken, of the 7 fouls, you have 3 different girls with 2 fouls already. First free throw here is good. Sacred Heart adds on to their lead for the first time tonight. They now lead by 10. That's Nicole Richards at the free throw line. Got the first. Second free throw is on the way. And that one she left short. 1:19 left to go here in quarter number 1. Sevi Wirtz walks the ball back down the floor. Boy, she had a teammate open, missed her. Now she gets it to her. And Phoenix Armstrong just not quite able to corral it. That was a good look, but ultimately left a little short. Stepping to the inside, count the basket and one. Skylar Douglas has come out of the gates white hot, and she will have a chance to tack on even more. Already 10 points for Skylar Douglas, and we are still in the first quarter. Gets the free throw here, make it 11 for Douglas. She has over half of the 20 points for Sacred Heart as we are inside the end, or we are inside the final minute of the first quarter. Travel called, another turnover committed here by Clifton-Clyde. Sacred Heart has not turned the ball over yet in this game. The turnover count is 6-0. Does not bode well for the Clifton-Clyde Lady Eagles unless they find a way to tighten this up. Here's another three-pointer. My goodness, what can't Skylar Douglas do? 14 points in the first quarter. The Skylar Douglas show here from Clifton-Clyde. And another travel called against the Lady Eagles. This is getting out of hand. Addie Lee checks back in. She will give a break to Holly Bonilla. Skylar Douglas brings the ball back down the floor here for Sacred Heart. Douglas on it, right wing. Circles it around. Sacred Heart Sports Network.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Not many critiques to make for Sacred Heart. They lead 23-7 by virtue of a 14-point outburst by Skylar Douglas. And you wonder if she might be on pace for a career night. Didn't have a chance to get into our new image audio keys to the game, but boy, more of this for Sacred Heart. They've got 7 turnovers forced in the first quarter alone, and right down the lane, picking up right where she left off. Skylar Douglas opens up the second quarter scoring, and you felt like it was never going to be anyone else. 25-7, a dominant lead early in this game for Sacred Heart. Lady Knights putting together something special here on the road. They are figuring it out offensively. Here, though, it's a bucket. There's your answer. Paige Joy is able to get one in. That'll return the deficit to where it was, as back on the basketball here are the Lady Knights. They will circle it back to Addie Lee. Douglas, I don't think, has come off the floor yet, but with how she's playing, you don't really want to take her out. Now Clifton-Clyde forces what will go down as the first Sacred Heart turnover of this game. It comes with just under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lady Eagles kicking out. Phoenix Newton thought about a three. Instead, she will drive in. We've got our first jump ball, and the arrow points to Sacred Heart. So the Lady Knights will take it right back. Actually, they're going to say the arrow was not switched at the table after the halftime break, and that is actually the right call. Remember, Sacred Heart started the quarter with the ball, so the arrow did belong to Clifton-Clyde. Although they're almost going to give the possession right back anyway, and now a foul on the floor. This might be a war of attrition. You wonder how many players are going to be left by the time this game is over. Nicole Richards picks up the foul. That's her first personal. You can see right away, though, the bench for Sacred Heart much deeper, as this is a Clifton-Clyde team that is talented but is not super deep. There are only 5 available subs on the bench, 10 total players on the roster active and able to play tonight. On the run off the glass, no good. Rebound Clifton-Clyde. 6:20 left to go. They will throw this ahead. It's still a 25-9 Sacred Heart lead. Again, working outside in. Back to Paige Joy. Back-to-back baskets for Paige Joy. And all of a sudden, the lead shrinks to 14, but the Lady Knights trying to keep their advantage, and they will commit a travel. Shuffle of the feet for Emmy Lee. So Sacred Heart is going to commit back-to-back turnovers, and Clifton-Clyde will check in a few subs. Eden Close is back in the game. Coming out is Paige Joy, who just had the 2 buckets. And for the first time tonight, we've got a Jayla Robbins sighting. Clifton-Clyde, contact inside, no whistle. Rebound Plinko's off of 3 or 4 different players. It will stay with the Lady Eagles. Gotta love the features of some of these small-town high schools. Of course, the theater stage is right behind the basket on the opposite end of the floor. If you go flying, there is no crash pad to save you, and you might want to think about exiting stage left. 5:46 left to play, 25-11. Another ball knocked out of bounds, and for the Lady Knights, they will take this chance to bring Holly Bonilla back into the game. Bonilla will replace Nicole Richards. Richards, by the way, picked up her 3rd personal foul. She will have to be very careful, and you wonder if we may just not see her again until the second half. Clifton-Clyde needing a bucket or 2 here just to try to cut the lead down before halftime. They trail it big with 5:30 to go. Ball poked away, comes back to Callan Baker. Spin move on the inside, tough shot, no good. And Addie Lee's got it to run the break here for the Lady Knights, and she is fouled. Wow. They're going to call Sevy Wirtz for the reach-in from behind. That is the first personal foul on Sevy Wirtz. Sacred Heart will have a chance to inbound it with Skylar Douglas. Here's a three. That's the wing that Sacred Hearts liked so much. This time, though, the shot is wide of the mark. And another jump ball will keep it here with Sacred Heart. Good job down low, tying up the rebounder. So this will be thrown in here by Skylar Douglas. Douglas floats it up top. Ball is stolen away. Now the Eagles with a chance to run the break. Trying to go in transition, and they will do just that. Sevi Wirtz with the bucket, and the Lady Eagles have outscored Sacred Heart 6-2 here in the second quarter. Interestingly enough as well, Skylar Douglas, who had a lot of success working from the outside in, is now floating around inside the post. She's standing at the free throw line as the Lady Knights work the ball around the perimeter. Comes back here into the hands, well, momentarily, another steal. Sacred Heart committed 0 turnovers in the first quarter. They have committed 4 turnovers. And now the favor returned by Clifton-Clyde. As an offensive foul, a charge is called. And they will get that one. That'll be the first personal on Eden Close. Timeout, Sacred Heart will take it with them. The Lady Knights lead 25-13 here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Back here on the campus of Clifton-Clyde, here in Clyde, Kansas. Drove through Clifton on my way here. Two towns combined for a population of just around 1,000 people. Of course, Clifton-Clyde, always a threat in 8-man football and a pretty solid basketball school to boot as well. 25-13 is the score. Sacred Heart with the lead and the basketball as we reset the action. But, boy, the Knights all of a sudden have become so turnover prone. In the first quarter, the turnover margin was 7-0. Clifton-Clyde couldn't stop turning it over. All of a sudden, the Knights have come out, and they've committed 5 turnovers to just 1 by the Lady Eagles here in quarter number 2. Backdoor cut. Sacred Heart fell asleep on the backside. Rebound tipped away and salvaged by Addie Lee in the corner. Lee will bring the ball back down the floor, puts it up on the run, and Addie Lee's got 7 points. That is just the second made basket of the second quarter for Sacred Heart so far. Trying to get things going again on the offensive end. Here's a lob down low. It'll be picked up. Shot on the way. That will fall. Paige Joy has 6 points, all of them here in the second quarter. 3:25 left to go. Coming up at halftime on our Salina Ortho halftime report, as Eden Sharpton lays it in. Get you scores on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. We'll also get you some first half stats from this game and your new image audio keys to the second half. 29-15 and another travel called here against Clifton-Clyde. That will give it back to the Lady Knights, who still lead by 14 despite the very slow start to this second quarter. Lady Knights trying to pick it up. Douglas off to a scathing start. She's quieted down just a little bit. Addie Lee given a lane, puts it up, cannot get it to go. Good take there for Lee. 2:42 left to go. The Lady Eagles are back on the basketball. Dribbling across, it's Callan Baker. Hands it off to Sevy Wirtz. Downhill. Ooh, looked like a lot of ball on the contact, but they will call the foul. Typically, when you see the coach get on the player as opposed to the official, it's probably the right call. That'll be the first personal foul against Eden Sharpton, and at the free throw line, shooting 2, is Sevy Wirtz. Wirtz knocks down the first, one more coming, and gets that one too. So far, a good day for Sevy Wirtz at the free throw line. She is a cool 4 for 4. Here's a three-pointer from the wing, and a foul is called. And now a little bump. After the fact, this is going to send Holly Bonilla to the free throw line to shoot 3. So great deal for Bonilla. And the offender on the play, Phoenix Armstrong, gave her a little shoulder bump on the way by. First free throw here is no good. Fortunately for Armstrong, no one was around to really see it. That'll be something to keep an eye on as the night goes on. Second free throw also no good. Sub will bring out Eden Sharpton. It will bring in for the Lady Knights. Looks like Bryn Bouchard. And the third free throw is good. The Lady Knights, the first team to 30. 30-17. Lady Eagles facing the full court press. Sacred Heart turning up the heat. This ball taken on the sideline by Paige Joy. And we've got, looks like another ball poked out. We'll stay here with Clifton-Clyde. Lady Eagles throw this in on the block. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound tipped around. It'll be taken in by Sacred Heart. They throw it ahead to Addie Lee. Lee streaking down the floor, wants to run the baseline, kicks it out to an unprepared teammate. Emmy Lee, I think, just not quite ready for the pass from her sister. And mark it down as another Sacred Heart turnover. And all of these have come here in the second quarter. Blameless in the first, and no surprise that as the turnover count has risen, the scoring has fallen. Here's a dump off down low, a lot of contact. Shot no good, rebound is fought for, and they will say Sacred Heart basketball. 13-point lead for the Lady Knights. Feeling good, but you know they'd like more before the halftime break. This ball comes out on the outside, back into the hands of Addie Lee. Baseline jumper, nothing doing that time for Bryn Bouchard. 1:26 left to go. Still working our way through first half action. Just a reminder, we'll have coverage of the boys game coming up at the conclusion of this one. Sacred Heart 1-0, Clifton-Clyde 0-1 after falling to Republic County in their season opener. 30-17, still our score. Approaching the final minute of the first half. Baseline jumper, same spot, and a miss, a little too strong, and then a foul on the rebound. And boy, there is not much of a run out from the court before you get to the concrete in front of the stage. They are going to call that the first foul of the game. No, that's the third foul of the game on Skylar Douglas. And I would imagine they will check her out probably for the remainder of the half. You don't want to risk her picking up a fourth foul. First free throw, wide right for Paige Joy. And sure enough, Douglas will come to the bench. Boy, she's done more than her part in the first half. She still has 16 of the 30 points for Sacred Heart. Second free throw for Paige Joy goes. She now leads All Lady Eagles with 7 points. 12-point lead for Sacred Heart, falling down, and they will say traveling is Addie Lee. Sacred Heart now not far behind their opponent tonight in turnovers. That'll be something to keep an eye out for in the second half. Clifton-Clyde gets it in. The Lady Knights setting up the full court press once again as we are inside the final 50 seconds of the first half. Power dribble, turnaround jumper. Left it short, and then a foul on the rebound. I wondered how Paige Joy got that open. They're going to call it against someone else, though. They will say that foul goes against Eden Close. That is her second. If the Knights want, they can hold for the final shot of the first quarter here. 34 seconds left to go before half. And, of course, we'll have, a steal here. Taking it up the floor is Sevy Wirtz, and she is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. It's been a high foul type of game. That one goes in the books as the second against Emmy Lee. First free throw is good for Sevy Wirtz. 5 of Wirtz's 7 points have come at the free throw line. With another make here, she can cut the lead down to 10. And she will just miss it. Sacred Heart boxes out. They've got the rebound. And now I would imagine the Lady Knights would play for the final shot, but you never know. Especially at the high school level. Team's best shooter, at least tonight, off the floor. You wonder who takes the shot here for Sacred Heart. Addie Lee, who has it on the left wing, would be a good candidate. Time down to 5, down to 4. Got to get something up. Running out of time at the buzzer. It counts if it goes, and it does. Emmy Lee buries it at the buzzer, and Sacred Heart will take a 33-19 lead into the halftime locker room. We will step away when we come back. It's the Salina Ortho halftime report. This is Sacred Heart basketball here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Opening our doors in 1999, Salina Surgical Hospital is now 20 years strong. From inpatient stays to outpatient procedures, Salina Surgical Hospital specializes in excellence in surgical services and digestive health care. It is the depth of experience and the abilities of the physicians and nurses at Salina Surgical Hospital that make it the ideal place for high-tech and high-touch to unite. Salina Surgical Hospital is proud to be partially physician-owned, serving Salina and its surrounding communities for 20 years.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly-Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters.
A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Back here for a little action on our Salina Ortho halftime report. Only one other score to let you know about, and it's the other game you can tune in for here on our Salina Post Sports Network. Southeast of Saline's girls in NCAA action get the win over Heston, 40-37. They rolled a 2-0 on the year. Here, Sacred Heart leads 33-19, and first half scoring looked like this for Clifton-Clyde. 7 points for Paige Joyce, 7 points for Sevy Wirtz, and 5 points for Phoenix Armstrong. That is it so far for the Lady Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Lady Knights, 16 for Skylar Douglas, 7 for Addie Lee, 4 for Eden Sharpton, 3 for Emmy Lee, 2 for Nicole Richards, and a free throw for Holly Bonilla. This has been a look at your Salina Ortho halftime report. We'll step away when we come back at second half action here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network.
Close your eyes.
Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community, or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
At Maui Women's Clinic, we're here for women and what matters most to them. From understanding your monthly cycles to growing a family or navigating menopause and everything in between. Our experienced team of OBGYNs include Drs. Prendergast, Morgan, Ablard, Rosh, and Jones. Maui Women's Clinic is located in Salina, and we invite you to come experience a team that values expertise, care, and compassion, because you matter more at Maui.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
Into the end zone. It's a Sacred Heart touchdown. Listen up, Knights fans. Copyco is your home for all the gear you need to show off your Sacred Heart pride this school year. In addition to what you'll find on the racks, Copyco also offers custom printing so you can support any student athlete in any activity, from football and basketball to choir and debate. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for Sacred Heart gear is Copyco in Salina, located at 2346 Planet Avenue. Welcome back in here on the campus of Clifton-Clyde High School. Tyler Henry alongside you. Trey Tully, our producer, engineer, camera operator, and video extraordinaire here tonight. And a 33-19 lead is what is held by Sacred Heart. It was a good first half for the Lady Knights. Got to feel good about the work that they did on both ends of the floor. However, in the second quarter, it kind of came apart just a little bit as they had 7 turnovers and only 10 points. They were actually outscored by Clifton-Clyde in the second quarter. If they can cut down the turnovers, they've been great. That's really where they've excelled. And we'll see what we get out of the Lady Knights as all 10 starters are back on the floor for Clifton-Clyde. That's Kadri Coleman. Oh, there you go. We got a steal right away. Addie Lee takes it right down the court and misses the layup. But it's knocked away by Clifton-Clyde. A very frustrated Phoenix Armstrong will check out. But to get your 10 on the floor, it's Kadri Coleman, Sevi Wirtz, Eden Close, Callan Baker, and Paige Joy for Clifton-Clyde. For Sacred Heart, Addie Lee, Emmy Lee, Skylar Douglas, Nicole Richards, and Eden Sharpton. Left wing three, left it short. Rebound poked away. Sacred Heart tries to save it. They do. Baseline jumper in and out, no good. Nothing doing that time. For Skylar Douglas, the team's leading scorer, 16 of the 33 points. This ball poked out of bounds. They will say that it stays with the Lady Eagles. Clifton-Clyde taking it up. They've got it with Sevi Wirtz. Working on the ball here. Of course, the Lady Eagles are under the instruction of Kyron Wirtz, head coach here at Clifton-Clyde. They've got it on the block. This ball is Well, we got a push and a foul called. They're going to get this one against Sacred Heart. Foul trouble is going to play a role for both teams, as this one is called on Emmy Lee. That'll be her third personal. So just something to keep an eye on, but Sacred Heart much deeper and able to go deeper into their bench than what the Lady Eagles are, as we have got another turnover committed by Clifton-Clyde, and a bucket on the near side. Skylar Douglas strikes again. She's got 18 points tonight. Down low, shot off the window, no good. Rebound tipped, fought for and won by Sacred Heart. They try to throw it ahead here to Douglas, who's weaving in, fires it out. Here's a three-pointer, and it's off the window and in. Nicole Richards. The bank is open. 38-19 is the lead here for Sacred Heart. Lady Knights pouring it on, trying to get back out to that 20-point lead. That's a good start. A miss and a rebound for Eden Sharpton. Transition three. High arcing miss, and they're going to call a rebounding foul. Addie Lee was the one that let it go. I believe they'll call the foul on Eden Sharpton. That is Sharpton's second personal foul. 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. And a quick reminder, fans, don't forget to check out the Salina Post Facebook page and at SPost Sports on Twitter to see season highlights all year long, proudly presented by Billings Group. This ball knocked away off the miss. It'll stay with the Lady Eagles of Clifton-Clyde. 5:46 left to go. Third quarter action, and Sharpton right there to steal the inbound pass. So Clifton-Clyde played a pretty squeaky, clean second quarter. That has tapered off here, as they've already turned the ball over 3 times in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Lady Eagles almost caught with a travel. Instead, they get it out to Callan Baker. Trying to float this down low. Last touched by the Lady Knights. One interesting thing that we did notice about this gym, and you don't typically see this with small school basketball, but they do have, Sacred Heart almost steals it again, they do have a shot clock, and it is running. So I'm not sure if they're playing with it here tonight. We haven't had a shot clock violation or anything of the sort, but again, it is there. It reads 13 seconds right now. And Clifton-Clyde may have to go quickly here as that continues to tick down. Ball picked up on the outside. Only 4 left to shoot. Sacred Heart, ooh, foul on the floor. Boy, you saw there, Emmy Lee took a spill. And they are going to call that against, well, maybe. And a timeout called. Coach called timeout to save the possession. So the Knights will have it on the other side of the break. They lead 38-19 on the Sacred Heart Sports Network.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Sacred Heart calls timeout. They save a possession. Want to remind you that Sage Products of Salina is your supplier of janitorial products for your business or home. From paper towels to soap and items from ceiling to floor, you'll see products from Sage, and you can get the same home court advantage at your home or office by visiting sageselects.com. Sacred Heart calls timeout. They save the possession. 38-19 is the lead for the Lady Knights. Three-pointer right wing, left it short that time, did Skylar Douglas. Clifton-Clyde speeding down the floor in transition. There's the answer for Sevi Wertz, and that is the first basket of the quarter for the Lady Eagles. Sacred Heart Circling it around the perimeter, back into the hands of Emmy Lee. Here's a right wing three-pointer, and Addie Lee knocks it down. She's got 10 points tonight. Big bucket for Addie Lee, and the lead is up to 20. Clifton-Clyde trying to trim this down. And there's your answer on the other side, as Callan Baker has her first basket of the evening. Three-pointer from the opposite corner will not fall. So Sacred Heart will have to get back to work here. And a travel will give it back to the Lady Knights. Phoenix Burnett back into the game here for Clifton-Clyde. On the other side, Holly Bonilla returns for the Lady Knights. And Sacred Heart, they're going to say last touched by Clifton-Clyde, so they will save the possession there. This ball comes in. Sacred Heart back to work on the offensive end, and now more active hands just causing a little chaos are the Lady Eagles. Quick trigger three, another one for Addie Lee. My goodness, the Lady Knights raining them down. 3 of their 4 field goal makes here in the third quarter have come from outside the circle. And a tie-up will keep it here with Clifton-Clyde, but the Lady Knights will earn the arrow. Good work here for Sacred Heart. Active hands, frustrating defense. So far, it's been enough to get the job done. On the other end, though, another bucket in the post, this time for Ellie Wirtz. That is her first basket of the evening. Sacred Heart throws a pass almost too tall. Saved, though, by Addie Lee. This is Douglas. Had it, lost it, got it back. Shot clock down to 12. She'll fire a 3. That one a little too strong, and the rebound taken in by a white and red jersey. Clifton-Clyde in the all-white home jerseys. Red numerals trimmed in black for Sacred Heart. It's the navy jerseys with the gold numbers. And another bucket for Ellie Wirtz, who did not score in the first half, but has the last back-to-back baskets. Now Sacred Heart, though, going to answer right back, courtesy of Eden Sharpton. 4 of the 5 starters have scored already. Free throw line jumper is off the mark. Sacred Heart with another rebound. They slip it down low. Hey, there's Sharpton again. Why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Back-to-back buckets now for Sharpton on the inside. And a ball that's deflected out of bounds. They will say last touched by the Lady Knights. Easy layup on the interior. Sevy Wirtz scores again. Ooh, Sacred Heart did not miss that by much. Minute 36 left to go. This ball poked away. Sacred Heart will pick it up. Addie Lee has it. Turnovers have picked up on both sides here in this frantic third quarter, and there she is for a third time. Eden Sharpton, they are just not picking her up down low, and the Knights able to go to her anytime they want it. 1:07 remaining here in the third quarter of action between these two. Here's a kick out, 3-pointer flies. That one is short of the mark. And the Knights pull it down off the miss by Phoenix Armstrong. Sacred Heart trying to go down low. That's where they've had a lot of success recently. We've got a possession arrow. It will be won by Sacred Heart. So the Knights are taking it right back here. Sacred Heart floats it up at the top. Lee fires another three off back iron. Rebounded here by Clifton-Clyde. Both offenses have certainly been better here in the third quarter, but the Knights have really turned it up. Another ball tipped away. 3 3-pointers, 4 made twos as well. And for both teams, no free throw attempts. It was kind of a foul fest early. Both teams have really cleaned that up. 24 seconds left. There's about a 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Through pass to Douglas, underneath, no good. Rebound, though, on the offensive end, and there's your putback as Callan Baker is able to get her own miss and go right back to the cup. 2 seconds to shoot. Kick in the corner, 3 at the buzzer, no good. Skylar Douglas almost gave Sacred Heart another buzzer beater. Instead, we will go to quarter number 4, 50-31, a 19-point lead for Sacred Heart here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Back to basketball action as we head to the fourth quarter. I want to take this moment to remind you that the official apparel provider for the Salina Post Sports team is Messenger Total Promotions. See them in downtown Salina for local high school swag like hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. They can custom make anything and also have school items for your car. Messenger Total Promotions in Salina, Manhattan, and Junction City. Sacred Heart's got to feel good about this. They lead by 19 going into the fourth quarter. 50-31 is our score. Lady Knights looking to close it out. Clifton-Clyde looking to find a way to make it competitive, but they have a lot of work to do. That would have been a good start. Offensive rebound, then a putback, and now a jump ball that'll give the ball back to Sacred Heart. So the Knights earn another possession here following the miss. Sacred Heart will bring it up with Addie Lee. She has been a sharpshooter in this game. 13 points for her, including 3 made 3-pointers already. She's going to shoot from NBA range and darn near hit it. Rebound is hauled in by the Eagles. Quick reminder coming up after this. We will step away. When we return, we will have coverage of the boys' game. It's a full doubleheader here from Clyde, Kansas. Paige Joy turns her back to the basket, kicks out to Phoenix Armstrong. Her 3-pointer will not fall. Skylar Douglas is there for the board. Sacred Heart takes a bump on their way through, almost put it on the baseline. They will pop it back out. Now they'll swing it to the top of the key. Boy, that might have been a travel again, but they get away with it. And a floater will not fall. Rebound knocked away. Should be Clifton-Clyde basketball, and it is. 50-31. Clifton-Clyde trying to avoid falling to 1-1. Still very early in the basketball season. This is the opening week for all schools across the state. No one's really established themselves just yet. Deep 3-pointer, yeah, not going to happen. 50-31. Sacred Heart's boys team walking into the gym now. Here's a quick trigger 3 from the wing. That's short, and all of a sudden the three-point well has gone dry for Salina Sacred Heart. Lady Eagles dribbling it out. 6:22 to go here in the ball game. Ooh, that's a good recovery, but a tough shot. And now the Knights want to throw it all the way up the floor. Skylar Douglas has it, gives it up selflessly. Baseline runner also won't fall. They were trying to get that with Emmy Lee. So now Clifton-Clyde the other way. There's an answer in transition. Sevi Wirtz has the first make of the fourth quarter for either team, and it comes 3 minutes in. And an air ball miss is taken in by Eden Sharpton, but she has her foot on the line. That'll prompt the timeout to be called here on the floor. We'll take it with them. We are back in just a bit. This is the Sacred Heart Sports Network on Salina Post.
Close your eyes. Now imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community, or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Welcome back here on the campus of Clifton-Clyde High School. And yeah, I had to go back and look just to confirm. So the 35-second high school shot clock was phased in by classification. They started the trial for the bigger schools last year for classes 4, 5, and 6A. It became mandatory in postseason play in those classes, and now everyone else is catching up. Classes 1A, 2A, and 3A following here in subsequent years. And it's a good thing across the board. I mean, I've heard people make the argument for, the tradition of high school basketball, and it's more than just every now and then you'll see a 6-10 or a 6-4 state championship final as Paige Joy knocks down the shot here. But, you're really selling your athletes short if you want anyone to go play at the next level. You get to college, and it's like playing a whole new game of basketball. All of a sudden, you've got to worry about getting a shot up after a set amount of time. It also encourages teams to actually run plays and not just kind of, toss the ball around back and forth for a minute or two before something gets open. Here coming downhill, Sacred Heart almost makes something of this as we enter the final 5 minutes of this game. Lady Knights have done the hard work. 5 minutes to play. They will poke that out, and boy, I don't think, there was no need to do that. Callan Baker, the ball was poked away. She had the right to pick it up. Instead, she tries to throw it back in. They're going to call it an over and back. So the Lady Knights will inbound this in front of their own bench. They will do so with Nicole Richards. Sacred Heart on it with Skylar Douglas. Back to Addie Lee. Now back to Addie Lee. Gave it up, got it back, 4:42 to go. Fires another three-pointer. Addie Lee unconscious from beyond the arc. That is her fourth make from downtown, and it extends the lead back out to 19. 53-35. Chance to run right downhill, and boy, missing what should have been an easy shot. Callan Baker can't get it to fall, but she will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair for her trouble. First free throw, nothing doing for Callan Baker. One more coming. Second free throw, also no good. Baker, though, there to get the rebound. Hands it off to a teammate. She will get it back. Fires a mid-range and gets it. So Baker misses the free throws but gets 2 points anyway. And now Clifton-Clyde is back on the defensive. This ball comes out. Boy, Addie Lee getting so much respect on the outside. She's hit so many threes, it doesn't matter how deep she is, they're going to guard her. Although they don't guard her here, she almost made them pay again. Offensive rebound, Sacred Heart downhill right to the cup and scoring with the right hand. Emmy Lee has got 5 points tonight. 3:37 left to play in a game that's all been decided. Clifton-Clyde still fighting to the end. You got to commend the effort for the Lady Eagles. Turning inside, twisting, and Savvy Wirtz has her second basket of the fourth quarter. We've got a break. We'll take it as well. We're back in 60 on the Salina Post Sports Network.
At Maui Women's Clinic, we're here for women and what matters most to them. From understanding your monthly cycles to growing a family or navigating menopause and everything in between. Our experienced team of OBGYNs include Doctors Prendergast, Morgan, Ablard, Rosh, and Jones. Maui Women's Clinic is located in Salina, and we invite you to come experience a team that values expertise, care, and compassion, because you matter more at Maui.
Back to basketball action here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tyler Henry alongside you today, filling in for Noah Helgett, the voice of Sacred Heart basketball. Of course, Noah will be back to action when Sacred Heart gets back to action for the Fighting Irish Classic, Chapman Classic. It's one of those things. They'll play on the campus of Chapman High School. Same squads as last year. Bishop Ward will be there. Chapman will be there. Sacred Heart will be there. And Rossville will be there as well. Lady Knights will have plenty of momentum going into that Irish Classic. They'll play Chapman first. That game takes place next Tuesday. 55-39. If they play like this, they're going to have a chance to run the table. Lady Knights are going to come in at 2-0. 3 minutes left to go. It's been a slow fourth quarter, but they did most of the work that they needed to early. And they've only needed the 2 baskets here in the quarter. Here, wow. What a look at the buzzer. Addie Lee gets it again. Clifton-Clyde trying to work in transition. That thing sits on the rim, thought about it, then thought better of it. 57-39. Sacred Heart had a chance if they wanted to take a 3, but they're going to do the classy thing, I think, here and run some clock, and really no reason not to, although it's stolen away, then a quick foul's committed. It's just the first team foul for either side. That is the fourth team foul, or sorry, the fourth personal foul against Emmy Lee. Sub-aside is made here. 2:22 left to play in this game. Clifton-Clyde will throw this in. Sevy Wirtz has it at the top of the key. Circling around, hands it off. They will give it up. Crowd making some noise here, and it's stolen away by Sacred Heart. 8th forced turnover of the second half. Lady Knight defensive pressure has been there all night. Addie Lee has the ball on the left wing, 20 seconds to shoot. Back to Skylar Douglas. Douglas did almost all of her damage in the first quarter. She had 14 points. Another dive down low and a big bucket knocked down by Emmy Lee. Emmy Lee and Addie Lee have all 8 points for Sacred Heart here in the fourth quarter. Boy, a lot of contact there. I think the officials trying to get the clock to triple zeros. Miss on the outside for Wirtz, gets her own rebound, puts up another 3. That's no good. Now we've got a foul, and we're going the other way. Time for a few more final possessions before all is said and done. And then, of course, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you our Commercial Tire Center postgame report. Hand out a Vernon Jewelers gem of the game, as well as a smart play of the game. That's presented by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. 1:08 left to go. Time winding down. Sacred Heart closing in on another victory They are going to move to 2-0 on the year. Got to feel good if you're wearing the navy and gold. And again, they will be undefeated going into that Irish Classic. Working it side to side, content to work some clock. 8 seconds to shoot. Euro step to the inside. Shot on the way. No good that time for Emmy Lee. And the rebound hauled in by Clifton-Clyde, who's got time for maybe one more possession here. Callan Baker crosses it to Paige Joy. Baker gets it back on the left wing. They will step to the baseline, and they're going to call that a foul. So an inbound pass for Callan Baker. And 5 new faces checking into the ball game for Sacred Heart. To the delight of the student section that's traveled to be here today. They're going to force a jump ball. That'll give it back to Sacred Heart with 18 seconds to go. Another turnover. And Sacred Heart well on their way. With the subs in, we might see them go ahead and take a shot here just to try to get some experience for some of these younger players. We'll see if that is in fact what they do or if they decide to just come up and dribble it out. 12 seconds left in the ball game. Take it in here at the top by Lexi Feist. Feist will hold for the final 3 seconds, and that will do it. Sacred Heart comes out on top. They do so in fine fashion. It's a 20-point win for the Lady Knights, 59-39, as they get the victory and roll to 2-0 on the year. We'll step away. When we come back, it's our Commercial Tire Center post-game show here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. A small business or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
Into the end zone. It's a Sacred Heart touchdown. Listen up, Knights fans. Copyco is your home for all the gear you need to show off your Sacred Heart pride this school year. In addition to what you'll find on the racks, Copyco also offers custom printing so you can support any student athlete in any activity, from football and basketball to choir and debate. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for Sacred Heart gear is Copyco in Salina, located at 2346 Planet Avenue. Welcome back in here on the Salina Post Sports Network. A 59-39 win for the Sacred Heart girls basketball team. They roll to 2-0. Clifton-Clyde's Lady Eagles fall to 1-1. It's time now for the Commercial Tire Center post-game show, and let's begin with a quick check of our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Really only one other game that we've got access to a score from right now, and that is southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans. They get a 40-37 win over the Heston Lady Swathers. First time in a long time that Southeast has knocked off the Swathers. A big win for them. That boys game is currently in progress. Of course, here it was 59-39. You look at the final individual scoring from this game for Clifton-Clyde. They were led by Sevi Wirtz, 15 points for her, 9 points for Callan Baker. Actually, sorry, 9 points for Paige Joyce, 6 points for Callan Baker, 5 for Phoenix Armstrong, and 4 for Sevi Wirtz. On the other side, a couple of big performances, 18 points for Skylar Douglas, 18 points for Addie Lee, 10 points for Eden Sharpton. That was your trio in triple digits tonight. 7 points for Emmy Lee, 5 points for Nicole Richards, and a lone free throw for Holly Bonilla. Time to give out some post-game awards. We always begin with our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game, and tonight that has got to go to Skylar Douglas. 14 points in the first quarter alone, 16 points in the first half. Didn't score in the fourth quarter, didn't need to. She did her damage early, made it hurt, and looked good on defense. And for that, Skylar Douglas is our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game. We've also got our Smart Play of the Game presented by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. And for that, I'm going to go back to the three-pointer at the buzzer by Emmy Lee. It was a play late in the shot clock. You got to be aware of how much time you have to get it off, but she looked up, caught it, set her feet, and fired away for a buzzer-beating three-pointer that ultimately helped Sacred Heart to the victory. For that, Emmy Lee has our Smart Insurance Play of the Game presented by Smart Insurance. Locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. That'll do it for our girls coverage. 59-39, the win for Sacred Heart. They are 2-0 on the year. We'll step away. When we come back, we'll get things started on the boys' side as Sacred Heart and Clifton-Clyde clash here in Clyde. This is another installment of Sacred Heart basketball here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Hello, everybody, and welcome back for game number 2 of our doubleheader. It's the Sacred Heart Knights on the road taking on Clifton-Clyde. The Knights 1-0 on the year by virtue of a win over St. John's Beloit earlier this week. Clifton-Clyde dropped their season opener at the hands of Republic County. Starting lineups have already been announced. Let's go ahead and meet them. We begin with Clifton-Clyde. They will put on the floor Luke Nobert, Colt Gurman, Emmett Tiemeyer, Landon Bainosh, and Ethan Sacco. Meanwhile, for Sacred Heart, it's Noah Hines, Luke Coland, Will Tuttle, Dom Matucci, and Maddox Wells. Brian Gormley is the head coach for the Sacred Heart Knights, the longtime head coach of Sacred Heart. On the other side for Clifton-Clyde, they are led by Dannon Kistner. Sacred Heart takes the opening tip. They want to go right downhill. We've got our first foul inside the first 5 seconds. And the Knights will go to the line for their trouble. It will be, no, they're going to call this on the floor, actually. Sacred Heart, of course, comes out tonight in their all-navy jerseys. Gold numerals, no trim. For Clifton-Clyde, it's the all-white jerseys with the blue numerals trimmed in red. Sacred Heart able to salvage a possession here. They will kick this out. Here's a corner 3, no good, but a whistle and a foul on the 3. Boy, that's not what you want if you're Clifton-Clyde. Noah Hines is going to go to the free throw line. Actually, Luke Coland is going to go to the free throw line. He's going to shoot 3. Emmett Tiemeyer is the recipient of the foul. And it's Coland with a chance to put Sacred Heart on the board first. First free throw hits about every part of the rim and then elects to crawl through for the game's first point. Sacred Heart got that win, 67-50 over St. John's Beloit. And that game was played in the season opener in Salina just a few days ago. Basketball season still in the first week here across the state of Kansas. Second free throw incoming. Or third free throw. 2 for 3 trip, and they will say, yeah, last touched by Sacred Heart. An eventful first possession. But now it is an opportunity here for Sacred Heart to bring the ball back down the other way. Knights on defense. Clifton-Clyde trying to work through their offense here. And we've got a jump ball and a tie-up that will keep it with Clifton-Clyde. And if you're experiencing any technical difficulties at home, we do apologize. Appear to be experiencing some tech issues here on our end, doing our best to sort it out. Knights steal this away. It's the first turnover of the game, and it is forced by Sacred Heart on a steal. They will slip to the inside. That's no good. Back to the shooter, up and in, and a bucket for Will Tuttle to open up the field goal scoring. Sacred Heart up 4-0 here with 7:09 left to go. You'll notice there is a shot clock here at Clifton-Clyde High School. Not everyone has this at the 1A level, but Clifton-Clyde does. Knights are going to force another miss, this time too strong. They will bring it back down the floor quickly here. Kick this into the corner. Noah Hines will give it off to Will Tuttle. Skip pass through the lane. Right wing 3, you bet. Luke Coland knocks down the triple. And it's a 7-0 lead here for Sacred Heart. Boy, you love the run that they're opening this game on. Defensive effort has been there as well for Coach Gormley's guys. Trying to force a third stop. Kick out here for the Eagles. 20 left to shoot. Ball poked away from behind. Battling with 2 different Knights down low. And there's the first bucket of the game on the other end. It belongs to Landon Bainosh. 7-2, the Sacred Heart Knights with the lead. 6:07 to go in the first quarter. Slip to the inside, count the bucket and one. Noah Hines got behind the defense. He will go to the line for the and one free throw, and it looks like the Eagles will be the first to make a sub. Levi Thrasher is in to replace Luke Nobert. Nobert just picked up his second personal foul. 2 quick ones for him. Hines at the line, gets the free throw. And it's a 10-2 lead for Sacred Heart. Knights feeling good early in this game. Denial on the interior. They are not able to keep it, but good active hands. Damatucci causing problems down low. Sacred Heart pesky defensively, aggressive offensively. They do a little bit of everything, and they do it all well. This ball thrown in at the top. Fresh shot clock to work with. Dump it off down low on the block. Eagles thought better of that. And again, it's poked out. As trying to get something going there was Colt Gurman. He is unable to find a teammate. Now just 17 left to shoot. And the entry pass is stolen away by the Knights. They do not have numbers, but they will be fouled, and Noah Hines is going right back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. Ethan Sacco picks up his first. It is the 4th team foul already for Clifton-Clyde. Sacred Heart might be shooting a lot of these for the remainder of the first quarter. They already lead 11-2. Second free throw left it short. Rebound comes down to the Eagles. And Clifton-Clyde back down the floor the other way. Spin move in the lane, picked up his dribble. Fires it back off now to Sacco at the top. Now back to Baynosh. Clifton-Clyde patiently working through offense here. And a reach-in foul will be called, looks like against Luke Colin. Colin collects his first. And Sacred Heart will go to their bench first. Ben Disberger is in. Looks like Colin will have a seat. It's a 35-second shot clock here at the high school level. On the baseline, no three-point attempts yet for Clifton-Clyde through the first 3 minutes of this game. Might have to settle for one here, and we got 3 seconds in the lane, and that's going to be another turnover against the Eagles. Sacred Heart just swarms defensively. There is nowhere to go. And the Knights trying to extend what is already a big early lead. Down the lane, trying to throw a nifty pass. It's deflected and then stolen away. That's the first turnover of the night against Sacred Heart. Taken up the floor by Baynosh. From the top of the key, he's got it. Emmett T-Meyer had it momentarily. Now back to Sacco. Decent ball movement, but it hasn't set up any open looks, at least not yet, for Clifton-Clyde. They will settle for a smothered jumper. Good defense there for Noah Hines. He wants to float this up the floor, and here comes Sacred Heart. Lobbing it on the backside. A lot of contact. No whistle. Kick out for another three-pointer. Yes, sir. Noah Hines from the top of the key knocks down the triple. And the Knights lead it 14-2. Sacred Heart sharing the ball well here in the first quarter. So far, just 2 turnovers, but Clifton-Clyde has not gotten a single open look. And we have got a foul here. Looks like they'll call that one against Noah Hines. So the first foul against Hines. And a sub is made on the other side as Clifton-Clyde brings Gage LeClaire into the game. Sacred Heart has still just made the one sub. The only non-starter out there is Ben Disberger. They really like their starters and the good work that they've done so far this year. This ball thrown in. Tough contested jumper, but give the credit there to Levi Thrasher. Now a ball poked away. It'll be picked up, and that's an over and back. Second turnover of the game against the Eagles, following the 14-2 run to start this game. Landon Baynosh gets it in here to LeClaire. 3:34 left to go, and they are going to turn it right back over. Third turnover of the game for Clifton-Clyde. Down the lane, a lefty layup. Will Tuttle strikes again, and Sacred Heart re-extends the lead back out to 12. Now they're pressuring a little full court. Single man pressure. Boy, the Knights swarming right now, and maybe a ticky-tack foul there. Called against Maddox Wells. Coach isn't too happy about it. Score remains 14-6, still just the third team foul called against the Knights. 3:07 to go here in the first quarter. Sacred Heart very much in control of this game. Eagles trying to get downhill on the baseline, turnaround jumper, rolls on through. That's a good bucket for Landon Bainosh. Cuts the lead down to 6. 2:42 left to play here in quarter number 1. Here's a three-pointer from the wing, and it goes. My goodness, Will Tuttle, the quick catch and release. And nobody got a hand up. Got to at least do that against a player of Tuttle's caliber. Knights almost get another steal here. You can tell they're hunting them, and they've got Clifton-Clyde a little off balance. Travel is the call. Clifton-Clyde turns it over for the 4th time. And the Knights take it back with 2:17 to go in the first. Sacred Heart back to work. Maddox Wells crossing the timeline. He will run the play, hands it off to Dom Matucci. Matucci trying to float to the corner. Another three-point look. This one just off the mark. Will Tuttle a little too strong. 1:57 to go. Stolen by Matucci right down the floor. His layup is good. First bucket of the game for Dom Matucci. He's the 4th Knight to get in on the scoring fun in this game. 21-6. And the Knights up big. Here's a 3. That'll cut it down just a little bit. Landon Bainosh now has all but 2 of the 9 points for Clifton-Clyde in this game. Sacred Heart back to work. And they're going to lose it. Turnover for the Knights. Although they'll force it right back, and the guy who lost it is the one who turns Clifton-Clyde over. Matucci with an off-balance shot. And right now, Sacred Heart just taking turns scoring. Matucci with the last 2 buckets. Tuttle with the 2 before that. Colin with 5 points before that. Answer on the other end, and it was never going to be anyone other than Landon Bainosh, who has got 9 of the 11 points. This is lobbed down low off the window and in. An easy look. And Ben Disberger joins the scoring column. Knights lead 25-11. Three-pointer, right wing, easy money. Emmett Tiemeyer with the 3. Clifton-Clyde has found it offensively. It was a slow start. Since then, they've really picked it up. It was a 14-2 run to start this game. Shot clock is turned off. The Knights will play for the final shot of the first quarter. They will go left near the baseline, kick it out. This is Matucci, left alone, fires away, off the mark, rebounds Clifton-Clyde, and at the end of quarter number 1, it's a 25-14 Sacred Heart lead. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's more Sacred Heart basketball here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network.
Into the end zone. It's a Sacred Heart touchdown. Listen up, Knights fans. CopyCo is your home for all the gear you need to show off your Sacred Heart pride this school year. In addition to what you'll find on the racks, CopyCo also offers custom printing so you can support any student athlete in any activity, from football and basketball to choir and debate. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for Sacred Heart gear is CopyCo in Salina, located at 2346 Planet Avenue.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
Back to action here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network. Knights leading big as they have a confident 25-14 lead at the end of the first quarter. This ball poked away. That'll be taken away here by the Eagle defense. The Knights have not been completely immune from the turnover problem at times. Although this misses underneath, and the Knights are going to take it back the other way and quickly. Matucci on the basketball. Boy, he turns it over, and that's now 3 straight turnovers against Sacred Heart. Knights struggling just to keep. And suddenly, Levi Thrasher, the one who picks up the foul, and Sacred Heart is going to have to bring it the length of the floor here with 7:01 to go in the second quarter. Still a 9-point lead for the Knights. Still the better looking team on the floor, at least so far. They have returned Noah Hines to the game. Here is a Matucci corner 3, and he buries it. Big bucket for Dom Matucci. And it's back to a 14-point Sacred Heart lead. You know they're capable of growing this thing throughout the night. Right now trying to focus on getting a stop on defense. I think that's the area that Brian Gormley would like his guys to improve in here after a big offensive run. And yeah, that is a travel all the way. Another turnover against Clifton-Clyde. Their 6th of the game so far. Subs made on both sides. Sacred Heart will check in. Looks like Maddox Wells returns to the floor, as does Will Tuttle after a quick break. Noah Hines, Luke Coland are out there. The only non-starter on the floor is Ben Disberger. Wells had it. They will give it up back to Hines. Dumps it down low. Power triple, and boy, getting his defender in the air, making it look easy. Ben Disberger has his defender in disbelief. Eagles working the other way. Another 3, air ball miss. Not the look that they were looking for. Colt Gurman left it well short. Sacred Heart, 5:48 left to go. They've got Clifton-Clyde doubled up with interest. 30-14 is the Sacred Heart lead. Knights crossing to the inside, trying to force it down low. They were looking for Disberger. They'll keep it here. And the officials are going to confer and say that it was off of Sacred Heart. So it will be Eagles basketball. They will quickly throw this in. The Knights not interested in pressuring much. Just trying to play good, clean defense. Ball denied inside. Give the steal there to Disberger. Now Sacred Heart with a slight numbers advantage. Euro step in the lane, count it, and 1. Luke Colant getting downhill, finding some space. And he will go to the line to shoot the end one free throw here. Ben Mars will check into the game for the first time tonight. He will give Disberger a break. And that foul is the 2nd of the night on Ethan Sacco. Free throw is good. Coland delivers on the and 1 free throw. 33-14. It's the biggest lead of the night for Sacred Heart. And now a steal by Coland. And here come the Knights. Boy, Colin just played such a crisp game. Spinning around, another nasty move inside. Shot no good. Rebound tipped away. The Eagles have it. Good look for Noah Hines. Just everything but the finish. Baseline drive by Nobert. Push foul is called. That'll go against the Knights. And Sacred Heart will defend the inbound as Mars picks up his first personal foul. It's also just the team's first. Sacred Heart continues to play good defense. Trapping in the corner momentarily. Now they'll let him go. Back at the top. Sacco has it. Now to Bainosh. 9 points in the first quarter. Nothing in the second so far. He goes up strong off the window and in. And Bainosh gives Clifton-Clyde their first bucket of the quarter and then gets a block in transition on the other end for good measure. Bainosh having himself a day. Clifton-Clyde fires away top of the key. Ethan Sacco's got his first bucket of the night, a three-pointer to cut the lead to 14. Knights back on the attack. They've got it. Jump step in the lane, downhill, and another basket for Will Tuttle. Sacred Heart aggressive to the rim. They have not been messing around. Now a reach-in foul will be called. We'll get that one on Noah Hines. That is Hines' second personal foul. Very quickly up and off the bench. Don Matucci returns to the game, as does Ben Disberger. They will bring Will Tuttle out and also give a break to Hines. He'll sit with those two fouls, I'd imagine, for the remainder of the first half. 35-19, 16-point advantage for Sacred Heart, and immediately it's a steal by Colin, and he will cash it in for two more. Luke Colin is putting on a show tonight. He's got 10 points to lead all night scorers. Sacred Heart just about gets another steal. Instead, it is a Sacco three-point miss. And here comes Sacred Heart on the run. One more pass to the corner. Colin for three, no good. Rebound by Sacred Heart. Poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights. It was lost momentarily by Ben Mars. Colt Gurman checks out for the Eagles. Gage LeClaire checks back in. Sacred Heart throws this in. Good hesitation. Just unselfish basketball. Matucci's got it in the short corner. Don Matucci had a hand on it. Now a drive and an easy layup as Maddox Wells enters the scoring column. He is the sixth Sacred Heart Knight to score in this game. It is a 20-point Sacred Heart lead. Eagles turn the corner off the glass and in for T-Meyer. Only four different Clifton-Clyde Eagles have scored a bucket in this game. On the block, Levi Thrasher defending, and they will get the ball back to the Eagles, trying to trim down the lead a little bit more. Although Sacred Heart right there to cut down the fancy dribbling. And a jump ball will keep it with Clifton-Clyde. But the Knights will win back the arrow, and for the first time tonight, Colton Sprague is into the game. He'll give Ben Mars a break. 2:16 remaining. This one taken in here. Landon Bainosh has it. Turns his back to the basket. Tries to split the defense, and he is fouled. They're going to call that on Colton Sprague. Sprague's first personal. Himself and Mars, really everybody off the bench that's checked in quickly, has picked up that first foul. Eagles running out of time. It's a 5 count. Clifton-Clyde turns it over for the 9th time in this game, and Sacred Heart's got it again. Still leading big, trying to restore that 20-point lead with 2:08 to go. First half action. Sacred Heart on it. They will hand it back to Coland. He's had the hot hand, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Just a reminder, Salina Regional Health Center is hiring. See all their open positions and start your new career today with Salina Regional by visiting srhc.com. First free throw is good. No surprise there for Luke Coland. He still leads all night scorers with 11 points. Second free throw, got them both. 2 for 2 trip to the line. 41-21. It's a 20-point advantage here for Sacred Heart. 1:57 to go. A reminder, we will have the Commercial Tire Center's postgame report when we come back. First, and diving on the floor, Sprague will force the tie up. And Coach will get a timeout before that. They will save the possession. We will step away. We're back in 30. Sacred Heart by 20 on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
Out of the timeout, Sacred Heart saves the possession. They lead by 20, 1:45 left to go. Here before halftime. And the Knights will inbound it from the baseline. Sacred Heart has Sprague, Matucci, Disberger. Maddox Wells is walking it up the floor right now. Your fifth on the floor is Will Tuttle. He will fire it out. Back to Tuttle. Corner 3 contested, doesn't matter. Will Tuttle, 12 points in the first half. And the Knights continue pouring it on from the outside. Emmett T. Myers picked it up. He will give it off to Ethan Sacco. Clifton-Clyde desperate for a bucket or two before the break. Fadeaway jumper, in and out, no good. And there is Sprague for the rebound. Matucci sets, fires. It's short, but he'll get his own rebound. From the corner, flicks it through. Sprague tries it. That's in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's handled by Clifton-Clyde as we go to the final 60 seconds of this game. 44-21. Sacred Heart in the lead. Landon Bainosh has the basketball. He's been the star tonight for Clifton-Clyde. Passes it off. Here's a 3, and it falls. Levi Thrasher knocks it down. They needed that one. The shot clock is turned off. Sprague to the outside. Matucci a 3. No good. Out of bounds, and they will say it's Clifton-Clyde basketball. Coach wants to get Coland back in the game. We got a timeout. We'll take it as well. 22 seconds to go when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Back here in Clyde, Kansas, on the campus of Clifton-Clyde. Tyler Henry alongside you. Trey Tolley, our camera operator, producer, sound engineer, here tonight. 44-24. And the final possession, if Clifton-Clyde wants it, Well, it's going to be poked away, and that is why you get Luke Coland back in the game. He has been a defensive pest tonight. Let's see if it nets the Knights any points. Drive to the inside, awkward off the glass, no good. That'll bring us to halftime. Our score.
Are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
When the time comes to honor a life, Higher Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Higher Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Ortho Halftime Report. Tyler Henry alongside you. Sacred Heart holding a 44-24 lead here at the half. Again, the halftime report presented by Salina Ortho. Let's take a quick look at our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. In other NCAA action, southeast of Saline's girls team defeats Heston 40-37. The boys team falls 63-42. Earlier tonight, Sacred Heart's girls took care of business. They knocked off Clifton-Clyde 59-39. The boys are well on their way to making this a 2-game sweep for Sacred Heart. Let's take a look at first half scoring. We begin with the Eagles of Clifton-Clyde. 11 points for Landon Baynosh, 5 for Emmett T. Meyer, 5 for Levi Thrasher, and 3 for Ethan Sacco. Meanwhile, for Sacred Heart, boy, they have really been pouring it on. 12 points for Luke Colin, 12 for Will Tuttle, 7 for Dom Matucci, 7 for Noah Hines, 4 points for Ben Disberger, and 2 for Maddox Wells. This has been the Salina Ortho Halftime Report. We'll step away when we come back. It's third quarter action from the campus of Clifton-Clyde here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush and a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof, she's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush and a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
At Maui Women's Clinic, we're here for women and what matters most to them. From understanding your monthly cycles to growing a family or navigating menopause and everything in between. Our experienced team of OBGYNs include Drs. Prendergast, Morgan, Ablard, Rosh, and Jones. Maui Women's Clinic is located in Salina, and we invite you to come experience a team that values expertise, care, and compassion because you matter more at Maui.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a childcare stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
At At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
Into the end zone. It's a Sacred Heart touchdown. Listen up, Knights fans. Copyco is your home for all the gear you need to show off your Sacred Heart pride this school year. In addition to what you'll find on the racks, Copyco also offers custom printing so you can support any student athlete in any activity from football and basketball to choir and debate. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for Sacred Heart gear is Copyco in Salina, located at 2346 Planet Avenue. Welcome back in here just in time for second half action. Tyler Henry alongside you, filling in for Noah Helgett here tonight. It's a 20-point Sacred Heart lead as we open things up here in the second half. All 10 starters are back on the floor, and Sacred Heart is picking up right where they left off. This time, it's a Dom Matucci three-pointer as he becomes the fourth different night in double-digit scoring tonight, and there's a steal. They might be looking for more. Sacred Heart back down the floor and an easy bucket on the run, taken away and scored by Maddox Wells. Sacred Heart clearly wanting to get after it here in the second half. Their lead is up to 49-24. Now a numbers advantage and a bucket, the first of the night for Luke Nobert. Taking a look at who's on the floor for Clifton-Clyde. It's Nobert, Gurman, Benoche, Sacco, and T-Meyer. Meanwhile, for Sacred Heart, how about another three for Will Tuttle, who is out there alongside Noah Hines, Luke Colin, Dom Matucci, and Maddox Wells. 52-26, ball poked away. Boy, Sacred Heart just swarming right now. And not content to let this go. Deep three-pointer. Left short, rebounded by Sacred Heart. The Knights bring it across the floor with Coland. Now back to Maddox Wells. Wells diving inside, gets his defender in the air, and does some window work to extend the lead even further. My goodness. Maddox Wells had a very quiet first half. He is trying to change that here in the second. So far, so good. Another tip, another steal. Third steal of the half for Sacred Heart. Euro step in the lane, shot left short, but the rebound is tipped out, and they will reset. Matucci downhill, takes it himself, and scores it again. It is an outburst for the Knights to start the second half. 12-2 run to open the scoring. There's the answer for Gage LeClaire. Actually, sorry, that was Benoche. But a 12-2 run to start the second half. Sacred Heart with a miss, back on defense, 5:27 to go. Dump off, and a point-blank miss. Boy, you can't have that right now if you're Clifton-Clyde, and the Eagles going to give away a free possession here to the Knights. They thought about a three. Now they think better of it. They turn it down. Here's another drive and a shot that won't fall. The rebound scooped out. They will tip it around. Wells thought about it, gave it up instead in the corner. The shot clock did reset as that ball did hit the rim. Sacred Heart, another drive, looking to kick it out. Instead, they'll turn it over. First steal of the half for Clifton-Clyde, but the Knights have it right back. It's Colin again, up the floor, and whoa, a big foul. Look out. And one for Noah Hines. I'm not saying it was not a dirty foul, but it was a hard foul to say the least. And that will bring Noah Hines to the free throw line. It will also prompt a timeout to be called, and we will take it as well. Sacred Heart takes a 30-point lead. Back in 60 on the Sacred Heart Sports Network.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Noah Hines at the free throw line. Sacred Heart leading by 30 points. If they can hold a 30-plus point lead, it'll be running clock for the fourth quarter. I'm sure the Knights would not mind an early trip back to Salina. Free throw here, no good for Noah Hines, and a chance to dip below that number here with 4:40 to play for the Eagles of Clifton-Clyde, but it's going to be another steal. Here comes Noah Hines. 1-on-3, doesn't matter. He'll score it himself. Sacred Heart ratcheting up the pressure here in the third quarter, and Clifton-Clyde, not much they can do about it. They are looking for something underneath. Nothing is there. Contested three-pointer flies, no good. Fight for the rebound. A jump ball will keep it right here with 4:12 to go. Again, Clifton-Clyde lost their opener of the season at Republic County. This ball will be thrown in. Ooh, narrowly avoiding the 5-second call. They do get it into Bainosh. Bainosh hands it off on the outside. Three-pointer short. Rebound taken in. Here come the Knights. Sacred Heart does not have numbers, but good ball movement sets up Matucci, who scores again. Remember, it was a 44-24 game at halftime. It is now 62-28, and we are only halfway through the quarter. It's been a wild start, and now a foul going to be called. They'll get this against Matucci. Looks like Sacred Heart will make a sub and bring Ben Disberger back into the game. Matucci checks out. It's only his first foul of the game, and now the Eagles trying to inbound this from under their own basket. Clifton-Clyde gets it in, circles it around, back to Levi Thrasher. Pump fakes, back now to Bainosh. Good active hands for everybody in navy and gold, and a foul underneath. They'll call this in the act of shooting. I believe they're going to get this one on Disberger. And that is on Disberger. That'll be just his first personal. It's the team's second, and it will send Levi Thrasher to the line to shoot, believe it or not, the first free throw of the day for Clifton-Clyde, and he will make it. Clifton-Clyde has not spent much of any time at the free throw line in this game. The Knights did quite a bit of that in the first half, and it's a 1-for-2 trip. Sacred Heart wants to get back out on the run here with 3:22 left to go. Colant behind the back pass, kicking out for the three. It's short. The rebound is fought for, and a rebounding foul as the contact found its way onto the back of Ben Disberger. They will call that foul on Gage LeClaire. Kick out for a three. We've got another foul. Boy, two quick ones there. That one goes against Landon Bainosh. That is his second. It's the team's third. Sacred Heart throws it in, and wow, another foul. Boy, they're coming fast and furious here. And if that's another on Baynosh, and it is, that's his third. Boy, Baynosh had one foul in the first 20 minutes of this game, and he's just picked up fouls number 2 and 3 in a matter of seconds. And the next foul will send Sacred Heart to the free throw line. Sacred Heart gets it in. They do so to Noah Hines. Hines turns the corner, off the window, no good, but a real rebound swatted away. Big block for Baynosh. And you know it was good because even Ben Disberger, who got his shot blocked, gave him a little high five on his way by. My goodness. Emphatic denial, 3:03 to go in the quarter. Ball thrown into Coland. Able to swing it around, back to Maddox Wells. Through pass on the baseline, skip it over the top. Hines inside, kick out, three-pointer. Boy, in and out, no good. Finally, a rebound for Clifton-Clyde, and the Eagles have room to breathe. I don't think they've brought the ball onto their half of the floor in 5 real-time minutes. A lot of gambling for Steele. Sets up a corner three. That won't go. Baynosh, the rebound and the putback. And Baynosh scores again. He's got 15 points tonight. Sacred Heart up 62-31 off the window and in. Another blow-by for Will Tuttle, who's got 5 points in this quarter. (64-31). And another steal. They will take this down, and it's an easy layup. Will Tuttle keeping it nice and simple. Sacred Heart continues to convert steals into points. Transition runner, easy as you like for Baynosh. Add 2 more to his total. 33-point lead for Sacred Heart with 1:41 left to go in the third quarter. Drive and a kick out. This is Tuttle again. He can fill up the score sheet. Nothing doing on the shot, but a foul is called. And they will get this against Gage LeClaire. So a 5-second stop-go penalty for LeClaire, who pulls into the pits. 66-33 with 1:30 left to go. And a 2-for-2 swap for Clifton-Clyde, who will double stack their subs. On it here, it's Levi Thrasher. This ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles as we approach the fourth quarter. 66-33. Isaiah Jackson gets the ball in here on the baseline. Thought about a tough turnaround. Instead, they go back to Baynosh. He's had the last 2 buckets for Clifton-Clyde. Contested jumper, air ball missed, short. Rebound for Will Tuttle. And we have entered the final 60 seconds of the third quarter. Dom Matucci back in the game. He is fouled, and that might have been on Baynosh. Oh my goodness, it was, yeah. So Baynosh is now sitting on 4 fouls. Obviously, this game is likely over anyway, but if you lose Baynosh, it's really over. He has 17 of the team's 33 points. I think they want to bring in Nobert to replace him. Free throw, first of 2, no good for Matucci. But he will have another, and Baynosh will check out. Luke Nobert back in the game. (66-33), second free throw. Matucci gets that one. And the very young crowd delighted by the Sacred Heart score. Ball deflected away. Here come the Knights. Back up the floor. Good ball movement. Power dribble inside. Shot no good. Rebound comes back to the shooter. That's Disberger. 35 seconds to go. Stepping in. Wells can't hit it. And the rebound is taken in here by Clifton-Clyde. They'll bring it the other way. 25 seconds left to go. Isaiah Jackson back to Nobert. Step back. Oh, missed it badly. And it stays in play, so the Knights throw it all the way up the floor, looking for a transition bucket. They won't get it, but Noah Hines goes to the free throw line with 9 seconds left to go before the fourth quarter begins. And it will be running clock for the remainder, as the lead will be at least 30 plus here for Sacred Heart. First free throw, no good. If there's been one thing to nitpick for the Knights, it may be the late free throws here. 4 for 6 in the first quarter. 3 for 3 in the second quarter. And with that make, now 2 for 5 in the third quarter. Clifton-Clyde, 5 seconds to get a shot up here. Their leading scorer off the floor. They will just heave it at the rim, and it's no good. At the end of 3, it's 68-33. Sacred Heart well on their way to 2-0. We'll step away. We've got more Knights basketball when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
One more quarter left to go. It'll be running clock for the final 8 minutes as Sacred Heart leads 68-33. Again, we got a late start here. The JV games ran very late. Happy to be bringing you coverage here now, though, as Sacred Heart well on their way to what should be a 2-0 start to their season. And boy, the Knights, they just reload every year, but they are looking very good once again. Runner here for the Knights, nothing doing. Battle for the basketball picked up here, and the Eagles have it. Going the other way. Only 6 players have scored for Sacred Heart, but 4 of them have 12 or more. 19 for Tuttle, 15 for Matucci, 12 for Colin, 12 for Hines, 6 for Maddox Wells, and 4 for Ben Disberger, and that is really all Sacred Heart is needed here in this game. Off-balance shot, whistle, and a foul, and that will send Ethan Sacco to the line for 2. Matucci commits the foul. It's just his second. First free throw for Sacco is no good. These are just the 3rd and 4th free throws of the game for Clifton-Clyde. They come here in the 4th quarter. Second free throw, also no good, but an offensive rebound and a putback by Levi Thrasher will whittle down the lead just a little bit. Knights in transition, way too strong, rebounded by LeClaire. 6:17 remaining. LeClaire on the basketball. Back around into the hands of Isaiah Jackson. Eagles working through offense. They will turn to the inside. It's going to be broken up and picked off. Matucci quickly up the floor. They'll stop. They'll reset the action. Colin had it, gave it up. Now in the corner, they will dump this off on the block. As going to work is Mason Brown. And the Knights lose out. 5:39 to go. The Eagles back the other way. Baseline work. Oh my goodness, Matucci gets in there and steals it again. They'll call it a tie-up, and the Eagles will send in their subs. Matucci and Coland off the floor. And it's an all-new squad for Sacred Heart as Cruz Carrico has checked into the game. Quick shot, no good. Rebounded by Mason Brown. It's Mason Brown, Cruz Carrico, Leo Dorsweiler. Some of the new faces on the floor for Sacred Heart. They wanted to get that back out to Dorsweiler. Instead, they find Colton Sprague, and Sprague is going to get caught turning it over here himself. Although Clifton-Clyde will give it right back. Turnovers have been a big problem for Clifton-Clyde as Ryan LeClaire checks in. Coming in for Levi Thrasher, it would appear. Knights bring it across with Colton Sprague. Ben Mars. Back to Carrico, another steal. My goodness. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It will stay with the Eagles here as we're halfway through the fourth quarter. Eagles will throw this in. Wide open three-pointer. It goes. Big time three for Colton Gurman. So far, the Knights have not scored in the fourth quarter. It was 68-33. It is now 38 with 3:30 left to go. Sprague trying to get the Knights on the board. Nothing doing. Then it's off his noggin. He'll pick it back up. Swing it around. Here's another three-point attempt. That one won't go for Leo Dorsweiler. And the Eagles take it back the other way once again. Ball floated back at the top. Another three-point attempt and another three-point make, this time for Ryan Sacco. 68-41 is the new score. Dumped off into the post. They'll kick it out. Here's a three for Carrico. That's short. The Knights may very well score 68 points tonight without the aid of a single bucket in the fourth quarter. They have not had so much as a free throw attempt so far, but again, they haven't needed it. The work was done early. Three-pointer no good. Offensive rebound. Put back no good. Rebound Sacred Heart. Mason Brown's got it. Here come the Knights. And we've got a foul. First foul in a while. First foul against the Eagles in the quarter. Cooper Gerard checks in for Gage LeClaire. We are inside the final 2 minutes of this game. Quick pass in the post. Shot on the way, no good. I said almost facetiously that Sacred Heart might not score in the fourth quarter. Well, they've got just 1:40 left to do it. Another three off back iron, no good. Another offensive rebound. The shot clock will reset. Eagles swing this ball onto the wing. Now down low in the post. Back out to the wing again. 25 left to shoot. Ball on the deck. Picked up. Left wing three. Short again. And the rebound, oh boy, thrown off the foot of Colton Sprague. It'll stay with the Eagles again. Colt Gurman will inbound this. Does so to Gerard. Final minute now underway here from Clyde, Kansas. Floater on the run, no good. Finally, a Sacred Heart rebound. This might be the night's final chance to get something on the board in the fourth quarter. Colton Sprague, pull-up jumper, no. Clifton-Clyde has it. The shot clock, for all intents and purposes, is no longer relevant. Obviously, Clifton-Clyde's going to take the first good shot that they see, but this game might end without another Sacred Heart possession. Turnaround, no good. Rebound, knocked away. Guess what? Oh, Sacred Heart does have it. 15 seconds left to go. Does Sacred Heart try to score, or do they dribble it out and let it go? They're going to be told to hold it. And the Sacred Heart Knights, without the aid of a single fourth quarter point, are going to get the win 68-41 over Clifton-Clyde. They improve to 2-0. Clifton-Clyde will fall to 0-2. We will step away, but when we come back, it's the Commercial Tire Center post-game report. That when we return here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back in here on the Commercial Tire Center's post-game report. It's another Sacred Heart sweep. Both teams improving to 2-0 tonight. The girls get the win 59-39. The boys get the win 68-41. And boy, just two dominant efforts. A 20-plus point win on the girls' side and another 20-plus point win here on the boys' side as well. Let's take a look at some final numbers from this game for Clifton-Clyde. They were led in scoring by Landon Bainosh. 17 points for him in this contest, but did not have much in the way of help. 8 points for Levi Thrasher, 6 for Ethan Sacco, 5 points for Emmett Tiemeyer, 3 for Colt Gurman, and 2 for Luke Nobert. Meanwhile, for Sacred Heart, they spread it out amongst their starting 5 for the most part. 4 points off the bench for Ben Disberger, but everybody else had a big night, and it all started with 19 from Will Tuttle, 15 from Dom Matucci, 12 from Noah Hines, 12 from Luke Coland, and 6 for Maddox Wells here in this contest. Let's give out a couple of post-game awards. We begin with our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game. Tempting to give this out to the leading scorer, but boy, I got to give this one to Luke Coland. I mean, he had, I believe, 4 scores off of steals that he created himself. He had a couple of nifty assists. He forced turnovers left, right, and center. You add in 12 points and a couple of big buckets for him, and for that, Luke Coland is our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game. Coland also had our smart play of the game on one of those tip drill steals that he took away, ran it down the floor, and rather than go up for the quick layup, he looked for a teammate. That led to a transition 3 for Sacred Heart, and for that, he earns our smart play of the game presented by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Both Sacred Heart teams move to 2-0. Both Sacred Heart teams will be back in action next Tuesday as they take on Chapman at the Fighting Irish Classic. But until then, one last time for Trey Tully, I've been Tyler Henry, filling in for Noah Helget. He'll be back next week, the voice of the Sacred Heart Knights. This has been Sacred Heart Basketball. It's another Sacred Heart sweep. You caught it right here on the Sacred Heart Sports Network on the Salina Post Sports Network.